Good afternoon and welcome to Coffee Club. My name's Abby Smith. I'm running for mayor of Kokomo, and this is my guest today on Father's Day, my dad, Denny.
Hello.
Hello. Happy Father's Day to all you dads and grandpas and uncles and everybody else out there. I hope you have a great day. I thought that we would sit with my dad for a while and get all his best advice and learn how wonderful it is to be my father. Anyway, so right it is, right? So we'll just start there. Dad, what's the best thing about being a dad?
The best thing about being a dad is to see your kids, I think, do well. And
What's it like? Oh, go
your
ahead.
future is a lot of times through your kids.
Yeah. So what about when they don't do well? That's not as fun.
Not as fun.
Right. Oh, that was just a trick question.
Yeah, it was a trick question.
What's the hardest part about being a dad?
Probably being concerned about their future and trying to do a good job as far as raising your kids.
But I was easy, right?
You were a strong-willed
Right.
child.
Oh, believe it or not, the stories are that I was an easy baby and kid, right? And then not so much the rest of the time.
Well,
So, you know.
you didn't get out of hand.
Right.
Just strong.
Just strong.
Well, the direction you wanted
Right,
to go.
right. What else? What other questions were there? Was that it for now? Do you have any advice for being a dad? Here, save your advice, and we'll get to that at the end.
Okay.
So this is my dad. That's the personal question and thing you get to learn about me this week. And then the policy question comes from a couple of people. Sometimes I get asked, what would you do first? What's the very first thing you would do as a mayor, day one? And I find that an interesting question because it's such a big job that I can't imagine that the first day is anything but listening and learning and getting to know as many people as you can. So I kind of have two perspectives on what would you do first when I think about answering that question. And the first one is this will be the third time that I am stepping into an executive position in an organization. And what I have learned from that is that people ask me a lot of times, who would your chief of police be, who would your fire chief be, et cetera, who are your department heads, deputy mayor. And what I have learned is that you don't make any hiring or firing decisions on the first day. You really need to get to know the people that are doing the work, and many of them have been there for longer than I've been alive. And so you want to make sure that you, learn from those employees and understand what they do and then make the best choice going forward. So that's my philosophy for the first at least couple of months on a job, is to listen and learn and make sure that you understand it as best as possible and then make staffing decisions from there. Otherwise, in terms of, what do I think are the priorities? I think that's sometimes what people mean when they say, what's the first thing you would do? What do you think the most important thing is for the city? And in my opinion, that really boils down to three things. The first is in infrastructure. My plan is just to really maintain and take care of our existing streets and invest in more lighting and sidewalks and trails to make sure we're connecting neighborhoods and the places that people need to go to get around the city. And then the second is public safety, particularly making sure that we recruit enough new officers and firefighters to make sure that the departments are fully staffed. And then third is the one that I'm most passionate about, and that is economic development, specifically workforce development. I think that we have a lot of very smart and innovative people right here in Kokomo already, and it would be wonderful to see how we could encourage them to start new businesses or have businesses expand here because of the talent that we have. And beyond that, connecting schools and local businesses and community organizations to remove barriers for adults to get job training and also adults to get access to childcare for their kids. So I think if we do those things, then we have a great place to live, and we have people who can get jobs that take care of their families, and if they can do that, then we can support them and have a great community. So that's the policy question. We'll come back to the piece of advice from Dad of the Year, Denny Smith. So what advice do you have to parents or dads in particular?
Well, be patient with people, and I know you're patient with
Right.
people, and be a good listener, because if you aren't a good listener, you have your own thoughts that you're wanting to go forward with before you hear what other
Right.
people want to do. And so I know that you have good control over that because you
Right.
do listen to others. So.
Okay. So be a good listener. I think it's
And
good
be
advice.
patient.
Right.
Be patient. And don't take it personal.
Right.
People are after you. People are,
they do that.
and they don't agree with
Mhm.
sometimes what you have to say, but
But that's okay. Not everybody has to agree.
that's right.
So I do have a great dad, and those lessons came through. The biggest lesson I think he has taught me, among others, is to make sure that I always am accountable for my own actions in a situation. So no matter how many times I got mad and thought people wronged me and may have been ranting and raving in my own way, the question was, what did you do? And so as mad as that made me, it does teach one to think about what was their role in the situation and how can they either fix what they did and make sure that that situation gets better, or think about how they might change their behavior next time. So as frustrating as situations might get, it has given me a perspective that you can always come back around to say, okay, what did I do, and how can I learn from that and do better the next time? So thanks for that, Dad. You're a great
You're
dad.
welcome. You're a great daughter.
Oh, thank you.
And you'll make a great man.
All right. Thank you for watching Coffee Club. If you have questions, please let me know. This doesn't work if you don't ask them. So I appreciate your time and watching, and I appreciate my guest star, camera shy Denny Smith. Thanks. Have a great week.